So I went into foster care about when I was 8 or 9, and then I came back in when I was 13. And that was because I wasn't getting any form of support from either of my parents. My grandma's very traditional, so she's more stuck in the old mindset. So sometimes when I talk to her, it's hard to not get judged or for her to put in her opinions. It was really hard when we would try to call our parents every month to have to remind them to send money to us. I actually didn't want to go into Big Sisters because my social worker thought it was good for me, but I thought, I'm fine, just being at home all day. I was just really antisocial. So for me to go out by myself and not having a phone or anything, it was really scary. Even if I went out and to ask for directions or help, it scared me.
I remember ringing the buzzer in her East Van apartment building and feeling really out of place at first. I had been living in this West Side bubble my whole life, and suddenly here I was ringing the doorbell of a place I would never have normally walked up to and stepping into the home of total strangers. It was a very exciting, kind of heart-racing moment knowing that we were starting something really important. When I first met Teresa, I noticed she was a bit of a quieter, shyer kid. Whether we're baking muffins at my parents' house or walking around the endowment lands, it was all just a vehicle of being able to talk with each other.
With Rosemary, I felt like I had that older sister, even though we're not related in any way, but she just felt like a really big sister to me. Graduating from high school was a big thing for me, at least. My parents didn't go to high school.
I have her graduation photo framed and on a bookshelf in my house. I see it every day. When Teresa and I first met, she was a quiet girl who felt awkward in social situations. The sphere of her life was quite small. She went to school, she went to church, she went home. When she was in grade 9, I took her to my work for Take Your Kid to Work Day. And I was a brand new nurse, and she shadowed me for some of the day.
And I got to shadow her coworkers. And then after spending some time with her and seeing how she interacted with patients,
and she seemed like she must have loved that experience.
Now I work at the hospital too with Rosemary. I work as a clerk while she works as a nurse.
I'm really proud to have Teresa working at Children's Hospital with me. I know that every day when I go to work, she's going to work on campus as well. And when I hear her department mentioned, I always find a way of sneaking in to my colleagues, "Oh, my little sister works as the clerk in that department." She's shown me the utter power of resilience and of what someone can become if they're just really driven like she is.
Without Big Sisters or Rosemary in my life, I can imagine myself still really shy and just a reserved type of girl. I would be lost.
I know I never would have met Teresa, let alone had the opportunity to have this impact on her life if it weren't for Big Sisters.
I myself want to be a big sister. I've set that as a goal for myself. Just seeing how Rosemary had made such an impact on my life, I want to be able to do that for someone else too, to meet another little girl and be able to just spend time with her and watch her grow and grow up with her.
I think every woman has the potential to be a great mentor with Big Sisters. Everyone has something to offer.
I'd like to thank her for putting so much time and effort into me. She's like my sister, but to me she's also a parent, but like a cool parent since she's not that much older than me.
What I'd like to say to Teresa is that she is so special. I don't think she sees it the same way the rest of us do. She is so inspiring. Not everyone is so resilient. I think she just thinks it's an expectation that she just be as great as she is. But she really amazes me all of the time. I love getting to speak about her to so many people because she's such an inspiration. And I want her to know that I'm really grateful that I got to be part of her growing up.